Hello, and welcome to the See Me, See You channel. My name is Quinn Donovan, and I am doing 50 weeks of self-care truth or dare. Hopefully you are participating in these truth or dare self-care weeks, and we are actually on week 32. So you are already a few months really into this challenge. We are getting some truths about ourselves. We are letting go of some things that no longer serve us. We are tuning in more to the present moment, and we are daring ourselves to get out of our comfort zone, give ourselves the love and care that we deserve, and start making those changes that we want to see in the world. In order to see those changes, we have to make those within ourselves. And we are all connected. So as each of us make these changes within ourselves and love ourselves more, it's giving other people the courage and the confidence to make those changes within themselves as well. We are all connected. So when one person is changing something, everyone else is changing. So let's see what kind of changes and some truths and dares that we can bring to our present moment now in this week 32. So let me go ahead and pick our stick and see what we have. All right, so for our truth, it is: describe your nightly routine. Is it working for you? Are there things you could change to enhance your sleep? This is a great one because what do a lot of people do, I mean, myself included, during their nightly routines? A lot of times it's just sitting there vegging out in front of the TV, right? And then you go to bed and you start dreaming about the stuff that you were watching on TV or whatever it is that you did before falling asleep. I know one of the weeks that we had, it was about turning your devices off at least 1 hour before going to bed and just getting some relaxation in, taking some present time to reflect on your day. So for me, my nightly routine is if I've worn makeup that day, is to take off my makeup and wash my face, of course, get into my pajamas. And then once I crawl into bed, I will activate my light body. I will do a violet flame cleanse, and I will just connect to my body and reflect on the day I had. How was I feeling? Were there any challenges? If there were, how did I get through them? And really just being grateful for the day that I had, the day I was able to live. I got the opportunity to live. And then something that I had done before, I haven't really I don't do that now because it's kind of already ingrained in me, is to write down a few things in my journal of what I'm grateful for. So when I was doing my gratitude journal, as I did the gratitude journal to imprint what it feels like to be grateful. And so now I just say those things out loud. I don't even need to write them down. But if you're just getting started with a gratitude journal, of course, it's writing 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for. So typically that's what I would do. And that's what I do out loud. When I'm in that meditative state after activating my light body and going through my violet flame cleanse, I will then just list off all these things, say in my mind or say out loud, all that I was grateful for that day. Another thing that I do is, this isn't always the best thing, but I mean, okay, I'm going to back up there. Not the best thing. One of the other things, another ritual that I would do would be a tapping meditation that would help with sleep. That would calm my nervous system down so I could get a better night's sleep without my body being in a very tense state. Some other things that I do that aren't the best, like I said, is I would watch CSI. I'd watch like an episode or two of it and end up falling asleep. And then a lot of times I'd be dreaming about like a CSI episode or something, or I'm in an episode of CSI. So that's not always the best thing to do before. So for me, that would be a change to make. So instead of right away going and turning on the TV and watching some random show like CSI, reading a book. Something that I had started reading was You're a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Sincero, I think that's how you say her last name. But then, as I'm absorbing that information, as I'm reading the book, then that's what I could then be dreaming about is, being a badass at making money. So that would be a good change for me instead of right away automatically going to watch CSI. Another thing that I also watch at night is painting with Bob Ross. I mean, I love Bob Ross. I could sit there and just watch him paint and I fall asleep to Bob Ross. So I don't think I'll change that because it is very calming and soothing. I mean, there's just something about the guy that just makes you want to just get caught up in his painting and his happy little trees and everything. So those are a few of the nightly routines that I do. What do you do? Maybe it's doing some yoga before bed to relax your body, stretching out all the tension that you have endured over the course of the day. Maybe it's just doing some meditation. Maybe it's having a cup of hot tea or warm tea that's chamomile that helps to relax your body. Maybe it's a CBD tea, no THC, but it's CBD. It calms your body. I mean, really, that would be a great way to relax, because you don't want to go to bed with all that tension in your body. So doing something at night, establishing a nightly routine that calms your nervous system down and relaxes your body would be a really great thing to do to give you a good night's sleep. And tapping, I could tell you, they have plenty, the tapping meditation, the tapping app, they have plenty of tapping meditations that you can do that support sleep. So I encourage you to get that app if you don't already have it. Start using it. I know when I did some tappings at night, I slept through the night because a lot of the times I'm up at like 2, 3, or 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom, but it's also times where the universe wants to send me downloads and I'm like, really, do you have to do this at this time? But that's probably where I'm most open, where I don't have the distractions of the day from receiving those messages or receiving those downloads. So what is your nightly routines? And if you have them, are they working for you? And if they're not, what can you do to change them? I think the only thing that may not be working for me is watching CSI right before bed. But that is really at the end of the day where I just want to zone out. I don't want to think about anything. But prior to going to that, I do my meditation. And sometimes I'll just fall deep into my meditation and don't even turn on the TV. So check your nightly routines. Are they working for you? If not, where can you make those changes? And that is our truth for week 32. Now let's see what our dare is. All right, this week, spend quality time in your garden or with your houseplants. If you don't have any plants, buy some. Go buy some plants. I have 2 houseplants that I had gotten from an old job I had way back in the day where the office was closing down or they were getting rid of plants, and I took 2 of them. And these plants have been with me for years and years and years. Like, I am just so happy and grateful that I could keep these plants alive and take care of them. I mean, I'm just so happy that they're still here with me, and I'm still taking care of them. They're still going strong. I mean, I've had a lot of plants in my time of living by myself and accumulating plants, and these are two of them that I still have. And so I don't really talk to them. I mean, what is this saying? Like, spend time in your garden or with your plants. I mean, I don't really spend time with them. I think probably spending time in your garden would be really great if you have one. Just admiring all the growth and the aliveness and everything, the life that is growing right before your eyes. And with my houseplants, there's one that's over here by the window. And every time I see a new leaf coming through, I'm like, oh my God, like there's another leaf. Like, as long as I keep watering them, they're going to stay alive. Like I don't even like give them any kind of nutrients. I feel like if all I could do is water them and they stay alive, then I'm doing a good job. Like I had a money tree plant that a friend had given me, and I did all that I could to keep this plant alive, like through all the moves that I've done and all the different environments it was in. I did everything that I could. And so I tried to propagate it to like clone it and, start a whole new one, and it didn't work. And so I was really sad and disappointed about it. So at one point I just stopped watering it, and I was like, well, it's already dead. It's already died, whatever. So I put it in the corner of my old place where I was living, and I went out of town and I came back and like all of these sprouts were out, like all of these leaves were out, and I hadn't watered it. And I was just so happy and grateful that this plant was starting to come back. And I was just like, oh my God, like, I'm going to start watering you now. And so I did, and it was doing well. And then I moved again. And so when I came to my current place, it seemed to have gotten like moldy. Like the stock of it was like molding, and it was turning black. And so it obviously had some kind of mold in it. I mean, that plant was probably the hardest plant that I've had to ever take care of. And so I was very devastated when it died, and I had to like throw it away because it was moldy. It wasn't coming back. Nothing was happening. I tried to propagate it. Those died again. So it was like, okay, maybe I'm just not meant to have this particular plant. And even my mom was like, maybe you need to get a new one. And I'm thinking, yeah, I probably do. Where, with the money plant, it's like supposed to be good luck and be prosperous and attract money. And so when it was dying, it was like, oh my gosh, is my money dying? And so it's like, maybe it needed to die in order for new, fresh money to come into my life, new, fresh luck and prosperity to come into my life. Because it was my friends, and so I feel like it still had their energy in it, and then it came to me, and my energy was in it, and then I think at some point it just got overwatered because it's very particular about its environments and its watering routines, or its watering like it was just really hard to take care of. But it's gone now, and I was very sad about that. But there'll be another money tree plant that comes my way, or that I purchase. So go spend some time in your garden, even if you have a home garden, or just be out, go to a community garden, or just go out to the park and enjoy all the life and the beauty and everything that's out there, and appreciate it all, and just know that you're connected with those plants, you're connected with that garden, you're connected to that aliveness, and, be so grateful that it's growing, just like you are. You're growing and you're blossoming and you're coming into your true being. And that's exactly what these plants do every day. And it's just like they're having an experience just as much as we are having a human experience. They're having their own experience in this experiment of consciousness and being on earth. So go enjoy your plants. Enjoy your garden. Go and check out what your nightly routines are, and if they're working for you, great. If they're not, then what can you do to change that? So that is our truth or dare for week 32. We are just running along, pushing through these weeks, and I am just like, I will be very happy at some point when this is done, and the commitment and the time that I've committed to these 50 weeks, and participating in the truths and the dares, and telling you the truths about me and different dares. And you know what? I'm going to go tell my plants how grateful I am for them and the oxygen that they provide for me in my house. And, telling the trees and all the other life around you, how grateful you are and how grateful I am for them. So thank you so much for joining me on week 32 of our 50-week self-care truth or dare. Please participate, like and share the videos. I know there's probably other people out there who could use this for some inspiration or guidance or motivation to start loving yourself more, start taking care of yourself better, start taking care of yourself better, and just live the best life that you can, living in peace and healing and happiness and joy, and just being grateful for everything that you have right now in this present moment. So thank you again for joining me on the See Me See You channel. My name is Quinn Donovan, and we are in week 32 of our 50-week self-care truth or dare. I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, keep practicing, because you'll get there. Bye-bye.